What's up guys, David here and welcome to the FitPro Daily. Today we have another massive training coming your way. In particular, it's all about setting up your very first Facebook ad for your fitness business. If you're watching this and you don't have a fitness business, then don't worry, okay, because we cover all bases in it. We look at how this can really work for a service-based business. So we're going to run an ad on Facebook, and then we're going to look at how we can manage and deal with those leads that we collect on Facebook towards the end of the video. Before we do dive into the video though, if you're brand new to the channel or you want to make sure you never miss any of the additional videos that we keep adding to the channel, make sure you press that big red subscribe button below. Anyway, enough of me talking, let's dive straight into this week's video. Okay, so let's dive straight in. First of all, we need to be logged into your Ads Manager account. If you're not sure how to find this, if I just head over to Facebook really quickly now, on the right hand side you'll have a drop down menu, give that a click. When this loads up, it's going to say Ads Manager. From there, you want to give that a click and that should take you into your Ads Manager account like so. If you're brand new to Ads Manager or you're never set up an Ads Manager account, then go and check out some of the other videos. This video is more about how to set up your first ever Facebook lead ads and then how to then manage those leads using Lead Ad Center. So first of all, let's dive straight in. On the left hand side here, it's going to say create. So this is going to create our campaign. It's going to create the ad set and it's going to create the ads. So if we go through this really quickly, the campaign is kind of like your whole thing in one place. Your ad set then is where you can differentiate different aspects of the campaign. So gender, the type of audience you want to do, the age and all that type of thing. And then the ad itself is what it's actually going to look like. So your ad is split up into 3 sections. So let's press create to create the campaign. So when I do this, I then start to give it a name by what it is we're trying to do. So this is going to be a lead ads. Let's say we're going to work with ladies over the age of 30, and let's say it's for 30-day program. So I would type in ladies here first. I would then put lead ads to let me know when I go back what it is. And let's say it was a 30-day program, and then finally I might put the date. So let's put the date as the 12th of June. At the end, depending on if I really want to work hard, I might just put a £10. That means I'm spending £10 a day. So I know when I go back in future times or future periods, this campaign was targeting ladies. It was using lead ads. It was for a 30-day program. I launched it on the 12th of June and I was roughly spending £10 a day. So that's kind of how I name my campaigns. As we scroll down, specific ad category, we're going to leave that blank. Buying type, we're going to leave that blank. What we do need to change though is the campaign objective. We're going to click traffic and we're going to change it to lead generation. So what we're doing now is we're letting Facebook collect the leads for us on Facebook. As you scroll down here now, it's going to pull up with your page name. So if I click this and type in the page name really quickly now, my page has loaded. You might have an issue here. It says you need to accept the Facebook terms. All you'll do is press the button to accept. When I press view terms now, it'll bring you to a page like this. And as you can see, it says accepted for me already. When you click that button, you can have a quick read through if you want to, and then you just press accept. When you press X on this page, it will say that you've now accepted the terms. So you should be good to go from there. So in this stage, really simply, we've created a campaign name, we've changed the objective to lead generations, we've selected our page, and we've accepted the terms and conditions. From there then, let's just press save to draft. So here we go, it's always in green. Anything that's not saved or edited is in green. So we can see this is green here. If we press back here to collapse the side panel, you can see it's green here. The ones that are live are grey and white. The one that hasn't been reviewed and published is in green. So there's 2 ways now. Now we've created the campaign, we now need to move into the ad set section. So for this, we can either press tick and click ad set, or we come back, we can either just click on the text, that'll take us to ad set, or all we would do is hover over this and press edit, and this loads up the side panel. So again, we can see this is the name we created, we chose lead generation, and then the rest of this stuff doesn't need to be doing. If it's asking you if you want to use budget optimization, And my suggestion for this now will be turn it off. At least then you have better control of your ad spend. If you turn this on, you're letting Facebook dictate how you want to spend that £10. If you keep it off, you then can control how you're spending £10. So you might see this ad set's working better than that ad set, so let's put more money on this and less money on that. Whereas if you have it on, Facebook will dictate how the money is being spent. So my suggestion would be keeping that off to begin. So with all that done, let's move it over to untitled ad set. So to keep things simple, I want to change this. I'm going to call this copy 1. That's just letting me know that this is the first copy. Okay, so we're going to spend £10 a day. What we'll do is we'll create 2 ads. So copy 1, and then we're going to create copy 2 in a minute. But we always do the first copy first. So the ad set name is copy 1. Our page is already selected because we chose that when we set up the campaign itself. If it's not, just click this, find your page and go from there. As we scroll down now, dynamic creatives, no, catalog, no, budget and scheduling. So daily budget, this is what we always want to do, okay? You can do lifetime budget, but again, it will just differentiate different things. So if you put a lifetime budget of, let's say, £140 and you're going to run it over a 7-day period, some days they might spend more than that £20. Some days they might spend less than that £20. And it will just kind of mess things up. So to have real control of your Facebook ads, keep it on daily budget and then set the budget. So we said we're going to do 2 ads at £10 a day. So this copy 1 is going to be £5. So when we create the next one, that'll be another £5. Start date, it's just going to start automatically. End date, we never tend to do this because you're going to be in your ads, checking them every day, seeing what's best performing. If you are doing an event with Facebook, you see you've scheduled an event on the page. When that event starts, Facebook will automatically shut your ad spend off for that, so don't need to worry about that. So for end date, I would just leave this completely blank because you want to be managing and looking after your ads to making sure you're getting the best possible return. We scroll down and then we move into audiences, okay? So your country will already be ticked. Now, because I'm doing this for my gym in Cardiff, I want to now think of the distances people would travel to my gym. If you're doing this for a much wider audience, say you're an online offering, then depending on what type of service your online program is, may differentiate the distances. So first of all, where it says United Kingdom, let's press X on this. I'm going to scroll down and then find exactly where my gym is based. So my gym is more or less just down here. So all I'm doing is just double tapping the mouse and that's just bringing me in. So click drop pin, click it once, drop it where you think your business is located, and then that's going to land that pin. So if I zoom out slowly now, so this has given me a 16 kilometer radius. Okay, I know nobody from Newport's really going to travel to me. Okay, that's going to take 30 to 40 minutes. So I tend to change this down to 8 kilometers. I know anybody within 8 kilometers can roughly make it to our gym in less than 20 minutes. So you really have to think, if you're doing this for your gym or your salon or wherever you're based, maybe you're a plumber or a roofer or something, think how far you're willing to travel to find work, or find how far people are willing to travel to you to come to your premises. So we know 8 kilometers roughly works for us. If you were just doing the whole of the UK, because you're doing it online, all I would do is press X on here, and then in search location, I would just put United Kingdom and select that. Again, it's the same for any country. So if I zoom out now, you can see the whole of the United Kingdom has been selected. So let me just X that off. Let me go back to my gym really quickly. So double tap in, zooming in for me. You can either double tap or you press this plus button here to zoom in. So there's my gym. Click drop pin, drop the pin, zoom out. Let's change this to 8 kilometers. Nice. So I know anybody's going to come to 8 kilometers. Now, because we're doing this super basic, okay, this is the first time you've ever run ads, let's say, we're not going to complicate things by adding additional things in, like detailed targeting and stuff like that. As you start to get better with Facebook ads and you start to understand your audience a bit more, maybe we can chuck them in. But for now, we're going to keep things simple. We're just going to go location. We're going to go age. So I know people, well, my gym is an over 30s gym, so the minimum age you have to be is obviously 30, and we know our maximum age is roughly around 55. We do have people older than 55, but we roughly know that average age is between, so let's say, 35 and 45. We do have a few people younger than 35, and we do have a few people older than 45. So let's just stick with that number. You have to, again, think about your target audience. If you know your average client is, let's say, between 45 and 50, then it might be worth upgrading your minimum age to, let's say, 40 and then 45. So you're really narrowing that audience. Because last thing you want is younger people or people who are not your target audience applying. It's wasting your money because it's costing you to run that ad to that person, and you're not getting the type of clients that you want. So age, let's go back to 30. And as you can see, as I'm changing this is 84,000 now. This is potential reach. When I change this back to 30, my potential reach has increased to 170,000, okay? So obviously, the narrower the audience is, if I brought my, let's say, distance right down to, let's say, 2 kilometers, 35,000 people, okay? So it's not a bad number. It's 35,000 people, 2 kilometers from the gym, roughly between ages of 30 and 55. So it's good to know these things. So let me just turn this back to 8. So here we go, 8 kilometers from the gym between the ages of 30 and 55. Now in this, we're targeting just ladies. So where it says gender, we're going to press all gender, we're going to press edit. Now we're going to select females or ladies only. So now it's telling me there's 85 ladies between the ages of 30 and 55 in my location near my gym. I'm going to scroll down now. Detailed targeting, we said we're not going to do any of that, okay? Next we move down to languages. Now languages can be a big thing depending on the type of audience you want to do. If you live in a very diverse area and you only want to target a certain type of person who speaks your specific language and their first language is, let's say, English, all you would do is press edit and then you would just press English in here. Again, say because we're based in Wales, we might be running a Welsh specific ad, so the ad copy is Welsh. We might type in here language being Welsh, because we only want to show a Welsh language advert being shown to people that actually speak Welsh. And how do they know people speak Welsh? Because when people are filling in their Facebook profiles or updating their profiles, they've told Facebook that they speak Welsh. So all this stuff is what people have told Facebook, and that's how Facebook can target people. So if I just remove Welsh and keep the language as blank, that's still 85,000 people. Okay, next we have placements. Now, if you want to get really good at targeting and make sure you get the best return for your money, I would start with automatic placements, and then as you go in daily, you just fine tuning which ones are working best. And what I mean by that, when I press manual, it's going to say we're running ads to Facebook and Instagram. We're running it to the Facebook feed, we're running it to Facebook stories, we're running it to InStream, we're running it to search, in articles, and all these other places, okay? So if you left it as automatic placement, Facebook would send it to all these locations, and then as you go in to see how it's working, how your ads are performing, you might see actually Instagram's costing me a lot more, so you'd come back into this and you tick Instagram off. Marketplaces cost me a lot more, so you tick that off. Because this is the first time we're doing this, okay, it's super basic. We want to keep things simple. We're going to target people just on mobile and just on the newsfeed. So to do that, you're going to click manual placement, devices, all devices, we're going to tick desktop off. So devices is only mobile. We're going to click platforms, we're going to turn Instagram off. So now mobile on Facebook, and as you scroll down, so in Facebook newsfeed, tick marketplace can be turned off, stories can be turned off, InStream can be turned off, in-article can be turned off, and app and sites are already turned off. Okay, so we've turned all those off now. So these ads, let's go through it again. 8 kilometers to the gym, 30 to 55, women only. Manual, so manual placement, mobile, Facebook newsfeed only. That's given me 76,000 people, a really good audience size to work with. Like, we only need 1% of those people to join the gym to have a nice, successful gym, okay? So really think about the audience size. If you're a local base like me, 100,000 is probably more than all you're going to need, okay? So just bring things down so it's less than 100,000. If you're obviously countrywide, then you could be closer to the 100,000. You could even be closer to the million mark, depending on who you're trying to work with. Let's scroll down a bit further. So all this stuff, we don't need to touch any of this. So we've been through the ad set. That's all done. Final bit, we're going to come over to the untitled ad, this section here. So if you go back, this is the ad. So if we were going to go right from the start, we could click this text. This loads up the ad set, press copy one. This loads up the ad. So with this ticked, we're going to press the pencil button, or we can just press edit, whichever you prefer. And that's going to load up the ad. So first things first, let's give it a name. So this is going to be copy one. So I know now copy one and copy one. It's copy one of the ad set and copy one of the ad. Because when you're doing loads of different ad sets and loads of different ads, you want to be labeling all different things so you know what's working best. Your Facebook page should already be ticked. And obviously in the ad set, we turned Instagram off, so we don't need to worry about that. Okay, the ad setup. So we've got single image or video or carousel. What that literally means is a single image or video, you just can have one picture. If we chose carousel, we're going to have 2 or 3 different pictures that people can maybe slide through. But again, we're keeping it super basic, so we're just going to go to single image or video. Now we've got the ad creative. So this is what your ad is actually going to look like. So if I press clear image now, that just removes everything. So this is all that's going to show now. And obviously this is not going to work very well. So we need to add an image or a video. So when we press add media, we can add an image or a video. So let's do an image first. So let's press add image. So if you've never done any ads before, your ad account section here will be completely blank. When we click add account images and we click page images, this is going to show up all the social media posts that you've ever done. So if you think, you know what, I posted a really good picture the other day, all you'd want to do is click this button here, click page images, and then you can locate that picture. If you're happy with the picture you've chosen, so let's go for one of the clients working out, I'll select that picture. If I move myself out of the way and press continue, that is then going to load that picture up for the ad. Nice. But maybe I've created a new picture specifically for this, okay? So maybe I've been onto Canva. If you've not used Canva before, go and check out the videos. We've created loads of number of Canva tutorials. I'm going to press clear image. I'm going to press add media. I'm going to press add image. I'm going to press upload. And then I'm going to find that image. So let's say I'm going to go with this image here. So I've selected my image. I would press open. This is going to upload the image. The image has been uploaded. I would press continue. And there we go. That image has now been added. Perfect. So that is how you change your images or video. If you want to add a video, exactly the same. Clear image, add media, add video. These are the videos we've already used as ads before. Account, page, videos. These are the videos we've posted on our Facebook page. Or if I wanted to upload a new one, I'd press account videos, upload. I would upload my video, press open and press continue. So let me go and get that picture back. Add media, add image, select the picture I want and press continue. So that is the image or video section done. Now the primary text is what appears above the advert. So I'm going to grab just a bit of text and post this in here. So if you're not sure about ad copy, I'll just hold this kind of here for 1 second now. Maybe you can just screenshot this and then use it for yourself when it comes to actually running the ads. But this is the type of copy that we will tend to use, okay? We want to call out to a specific type of person in a specific location and let them know kind of a little bit about the offer straight away. Then we need to kind of let them know what the deal is and maybe what they're going to get from the offer. Then we have some sort of warning to kind of get them to want to take action right away. And then we finish off with a nice simple call to action at the end. So if I just press backspace, that moves the page there. So now when someone's scrolling through on their phone, this is what they're going to see straight away. So you can see it says my Facebook page, it has my headline, and then it starts with the main text. I've got my image that looks good, it really stands out, client working out, a little quote from them. As we scroll down now, we've got the headline. The headline is this section here where it says fb.me. So for this section here, all I'm going to do is just copy the top headline here. So if I copy that, scroll down and paste. What I might even do is I might remove that exclamation mark at the end, press space, put dash dash, arrow arrow, so it's pointing towards this specific button here. When this loads, it's taking its time. It will load in 1 second, okay? So we can get a nice, better view. The description, we don't need to worry about description at all. The one we do want to have a look at is the link, okay? So the link is the fb.me. I'm not sure why it's been really small at the minute. It will load to a better size in a minute. So depending on what country you're in will depend on what you can put in here. So we're in the UK, so we can put any sort of link we want. I know in the US, you have to be specific on the type of place you want to send people to. So I'm going to put www.dk9fitness.com. And as you can see here, it's changed. So, there you go, dk9fitness.com. So it's all with my brand. DK9 logo, DK9 here. It's always talking about Cardiff, DK9. So it's always the same. We don't have loads of different messages going everywhere. I want to keep it the same. The final bit is the call to action. That is this button here. Now, because we're actually looking for people to come and join our program, so we want them to show their interest, we don't want to have a sign up button, because for people in their mind that thinks they have to commit right here. So when we press call to action, we press sign up. I would tend to go for learn more. If I'm giving something away, let's say a free recipe book or something, I might use the download button simply because that is the call to action. Click the button to download your free guide, so I'd have that as download. But in this, we're saying if you're interested, click the link below to register your interest, so it's a learn more. Sign up, in their head thinks they're having to commit right here, so we want it as learn more. Now let's scroll down a bit further. The final bit is the question format. Okay, so this is actually creating the lead ad. So question format is instant form. Instant form, we haven't created one yet, so I'll show you what that looks like, but it will pop up here now. It's the form that they're going to fill in to register their details. Now, because it's lead ads, Facebook will pull in their details automatically from what they've added onto Facebook. So let's create the form. Instant form, we're going to press create lead form. Then we're going to give it a name. So this is going to be the ladies 30 day, and today's date was the 12th of June. So I know now anybody, this is for ladies on a 30-day program we created on the 12th of June. So when I go back in future or wherever I'm going to try and automate it somehow, I know what this exact name of the form is. Maybe next week I can create a new form because I've changed a few bits. I'd obviously changed the name or the date on the form, so I know how often this form is getting done. Now, as we scroll through this, we've got more volume and higher intent. Okay, the more volume generally means the most popular one. So when somebody automatically registers their interest, their details are going to pop up straight away. Higher intent makes people to have to review their details. As you can see here, okay, they're having to confirm their details, which is an extra step. The more steps we make people jump through, so the more hoops we make people jump through, as you can hear, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, the more people are going to fall off the end and not complete it. So if we reduce that step now we've only got 3 steps. So it really is that simple. So what we're going to do, we're going to reduce it even more. Now the intro is an additional step. So in here you could put like a 30-day over 30s program, and then it could be specifically for busy Cardiff over 30s. Just let them know what it's for, but generally we just turn the intro off. Okay, remember the aim is to get leads for your business, so we don't have to give them more reasons to leave. Okay, like the same with any landing page we create, the landing page has to be specific. This is the information enter your details here. We don't want links to go to all the different places, so we tend to turn the intro off. Intro turned off, let's close this one. Next, we're going to move to questions. So we can either click it or click the drop down, and this is going to load it up. Okay, so now we're on this section here. The first thing we want to do is we need to put the pre-fill information in, okay? And this is going to be super simple. This is what's going to pop up here. So remember, we said click the link to request more information. So all we're going to put in here is where should we send more information? So contact information, where should we send more information? So again, it's just guiding them down that path. Name, email are the other two things that popped up. Usually when you come to a contact form, it's the name that comes first, then it's email. So we want this to be as familiar as possible. What we're going to do then, we're going to add a category. We're going to go to contact field and we're going to add a phone number field. So now when they click learn more, it's going to load up this form. Where should we send you more information? Full name, email and phone number. If we scroll down and press add categories, there's loads more stuff that we can select, okay? This is all the stuff that they've pre-filled into Facebook. So if you're after maybe you're sending them stuff in the post, we can take all their postal addresses and stuff like that. We can take a load of stuff, but because we're there requesting more information about the service we're offering, we're keeping it to full name, email and phone number only. If we do scroll up, you have custom questions. So if we press add a question, you can add additional aspects to it. So appointment request, conditional, multiple choice or short answer. So maybe if we check multiple choice, for example, and we put, are you ready to start in the next 7 days? Question mark, yes and no. Now when they come to this question here, it says, are you ready to start in the next 7 days? Yes or no. But like we mentioned a minute ago, we don't want to give them so many hoops. Maybe you want to put this in so you can remove the time wasters and give them more hoops to jump through. But for now, it's all about just generating leads. So we're going to press X on that to remove that. So all we need is the name, email, and phone. As we scroll down now, the most important part of this form is the privacy policy, okay? We have to have a privacy policy. So if I go over to mine really quickly now, .dk9fitness / so I'd select mine, I would post that in the link URL, and then that one is ticked off. If you don't have a privacy policy, you can lend one, and I would say only use this for a short period, okay? Here we go. So you go to privacypolicies.com/generic. This is a very generic one that is free to use, okay? But again, what I'm saying is use this. It says here, use this as a real short stopgap. So if you've not got a privacy policy and you want to get the ads up and running quickly, use this for now. And then maybe you can use privacy policies to create your privacy policy for your website. So that is added in. And then the final bit is the thank you screen. So once they've entered their details, they come and they press submitted the form. What do you want them to see next? So for now, it could be your details have been so maybe you have an application form. So we would have an application form straight after. So if I get this form now and post that in the website link here, just so it's out of the way. So they've completed the form. We now want them to go and give us more information about this, okay? So if I go back to this form, so you can see, it asks just for some basic information off them to find out a little bit more about what it is they want to achieve. We can put that in there. Maybe you just want to send them to your website. So when it says here, button type, visit website, download or call business, you're keeping it super simple for them to get this information. So for my headline, your details have now been submitted. Finally, please can you tell us a little more about yourself on the application form by clicking the button below. Sign off. Always sign things off with a name. and then complete application form. So they press submit on their details, they then come to the thank you screen. So the thank you screen might read, your details have been submitted. Please can you tell us a little bit more about yourself by completing the application form by clicking the button below. You're guiding them, always guiding them, complete application form. Or you might have it super simple, okay? Thanks for submitting your information. Now come and check out our website. Something super easy, okay? You don't want to overcomplicate anything. You don't want to keep it, just drive them to get lost and over different things. You want to always guide them on the next step. So we would press save. And then when we press finish now, we should get green ticks on this. Perfect. So let's go over this one really quickly. This one did take a bit of time. So we've given it a name. We've selected the page which you've already done. We've added the image or video. We've added the ad copy. We've put a headline, which is this section here. We've put a display link, which is this section here. We've changed the button to learn more. And we've also created a lead form. So when we press publish now, it is now getting your ad ready to go. So it's almost published. Okay. So multiple items published. You can see it's published now. So if I collapse this now and come back to campaigns, you can see here it is. If I shuffle this across, it's in review. What in review means is the Facebook robots are now going to check it to make sure you haven't broken any of the terms and conditions. Earlier in the video, we said we were going to create 2 ad sets to spend £10 a day because this was spending £10 a day. So what we're going to do is we're going to click this link. This is going to bring us back to the ad set. We're going to press duplicate. That's going to duplicate the whole ad set and the ad. We're going to press one copy, duplicate. So we don't need to change anything on the ad set now because it's copying everything that's the same. When you're doing split tests, you only want to change one thing at a time. So all I would do is change the name of this to copy 2. So I know I've got copy 1 and copy 2. I'm going to click copy 1. So this is the ad for the ad set. Change this to copy 2. And for this ad set or this split test, all I want to do is I'm going to change the image. So I can press clear image or I can press edit image and change image. I might use this one instead and press continue. So now I've got copy 2, so it's got the copy and the image, and we've got copy 1, so we've got the copy and a different image. So I can come up to copy 2 here now and press publish. There is another way of publishing it. If I press collapse and I press review and publish at the top up here and press publish, it's just taking its time, and as you can see now, it's now been published. So it's in the review. This might take a couple of minutes, half an hour, a couple of hours, depending on how busy Facebook is at the minute with people adding their ads on. So if I just click, this is the campaign. You can see, if I press X, I can see, where's it gone? There's 2 ad sets, and each ad set, there is an ad. So there are ads, okay? They're running, Facebook's accepting it, it's all going great, good news. Now we need to find where those people's details are being stored, okay? So in this, it was a form they're completing. So we now need to collect their details. So if you're when your ads are running, as you can see here, we've got like 5 messages. We need to find out where these details are. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over back to Facebook. We're going to find your Facebook page. So it's Deacon Eye Fitness Cardiff. So we're going to load up your Facebook page. And then up here, can you see it says Lead Center? 227 leads. If I click that, just agree to the terms and conditions. So it's basically saying you have to look after your leads, don't spam them, all that type of stuff. Plus also, it only stores for 90 days. So if I press confirm, it's going to start loading my leads up. When the lead comes in, let's just give it a few seconds to see if it can pull any leads in really quickly while we just wait. Here we go. 27 leads have been added so far. We can see it has a name. their email address, it will have their phone number. The reason this doesn't have their phone number is, as you can see here, we've given away an ebook. If we scroll down to see if there is any loaded that weren't on the ebook, so their meal plans, so again we didn't need to collect their details. Still on meal plans. Let's see. Here we go, 28 day, and as you can see, this one now has a phone number. So with this selected, it tells you all their information here on the right hand side. So it's still loading information. As you can see, you can assign it to a specific staff member, and the stage, this is a raw lead. Raw lead up here, it shows you what's going on. So maybe you've contacted this person, they didn't answer, so you might click this and you'd put in progress lead. This now adds them to this section here, as you can see. So then you can also put some info. So if I click this person again, if I scroll all the way down, I can add some notes to let my team know how I've been getting on. And then as you work your way through that lead, all you would do is edit in progress lead, and you might say interest lead or converted lead. And that is how you're letting your team know how you've got on with the leads. Okay, so that was the video, and I know it was like 33 minutes long, but I really wanted to go in as much detail as possible to really help you out so you can really make the most of your Facebook ads. Remember, we don't want to just be wasting money whenever possible with Facebook ads. We want to get the best possible return for investment. That's why I wanted to go in as much detail as possible in all the sections so you understood what each section was for and how you can best utilize it to get the best possible results for your fitness business. If you're brand new to the channel, don't forget you can always subscribe by clicking that big red button below. Or if you want to find out more about what we have to offer, check out some of the videos just on the left hand side here to see how we can help you generate more leads and make more sales for your fitness business.